Good evening and welcome back to the LITLANE Jury Box here at Trial Watch with Demetra. I am your host, Demetra Lit all day. And thank you for joining me this special Friday night live, right? I want to say hello to anyone who may be joining me on the channel Trial Watch with Demetra. That channel officially launches in January of 2025. But thank you in advance for already subscribing to the channel and tuning in. If you would like to join the live chat that's happening right now or will be happening in a few minutes, down in the description box, you will see the hashtag, the handle. Excuse me. By clicking that handle or typing in the handle in the YouTube search bar, you'll be able to find out my other channel, my second channel, Demetra Lit All Day. Again, thank you for joining us over at Trial Watch with Demetra. I see I got some new subscribers. And as always, happy Friday night, LITLANE Jury Box here on Demetra Lit All Day. M. Renee, good evening. Girl, rock up in there being a bump on the log on the couch. Hey, Daniel, good evening. Hey, Kurt Vixen, good evening. I hope y'all had a great Friday. My Friday was slow boogie, much anticipation for tomorrow evening. I want to go ahead and give a quick reminder for you guys to come support me over at LITLANE's channel. Tomorrow night's gonna be the not the second annual because her first time doing it, so I don't think it's a second annual. So LITLANE, as you guys know, she's gonna be doing the charcuterie board challenge this year at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I am taking part, so definitely come out and support me and the other contestants. It's gonna be really, really nice. And that's what I have as far as that. Now, I'm not going to rush. I'm going to wait and give it a couple of minutes here because this testimony tonight I didn't even think that we was going to have this testimony. As much to my surprise, when I saw that the victim's mother, in this case, Andreen, her mother actually testified. I wasn't expecting that. So let me go ahead and give a recap of the trial that we're currently engaged in. This is part 3 of Texas versus Andre McDonald. It's still in real time. It's day 1 of the court proceedings. But here for us in the LITLANE Jury Box is part 3. So far, we've heard from Cindy. Oh, well, in case you're brand new coming in, this is the state of Texas is accusing Andre McDonald of unaliving his wife, Andreen, in 2019, February 28th. They were a successful couple by all accounts, married for 9 years, sharing together an 8-year-old special needs daughter. It's being alleged and actually the defendant, Andre McDonald himself, admits to him and the victim, Andreen, getting into a domestic situation that escalated out of control, during which Andre McDonald says Andreen accidentally lost her life. The state of Texas is alleged otherwise. And now he's actually at trial, being accused of unaliving Andreen McDonald. The first 2 parts here, we heard from the sister of Andreen. All of the different parts to this trial you can find on the playlist. By all accounts, Andreen, her sister Cindy, the most standout testimony from her was the fact that she talked about how Andre, the defendant, actually made a phone call to herself and the victim's mother after the violence and gave in detail a play-by-play of what had happened. I found that kind of shocking. And before we heard testimony from Andreen's best friend. That's going to be on part 2 of this series, and it's absolutely a must watch. Hey, Lady Steph, good evening. Hey, Miss Steph 219, glad you can join the chat tonight. Thank you guys for the replay action. Hey, Winton, thank you guys for supporting the replays. When you guys can't drop down in the chat, it's always great to see y'all in the comments. I am so excited for tonight's testimony because I just really was so surprised when I was doing my recordings, and that's the mom there, Maureen to the right. I was just absolutely shocked. And she looks great, right? that she took the stand. I thought, I don't know why in my mind, I imagined her being some like little feeble lady. And I mentioned during part one, I'm saying, I'm sure the mom's not going to testify, that little old lady. And I was wrong. So I know it's going to be probably hard because the testimony of Cindy, the sister, was tough, right? So her testimony is going to probably be difficult and emotional, but I definitely am interested and curious to see what she has to say. Andre McDonald unalive Andreen and doing a domestic altercation and proceeded, he says, because of how did he put it? Hey, Room Shaker. I can't even think of the word that they use. What would be the excuse for why, if it was an accident, he takes the body, take the clothes off, burn them, removes the body from the house of his wife, takes it to a wooded area, leaves it, come back the next day with a axe, a hammer, leather gloves, two gas cans of gasoline, set the body on fire. He had the intention of dismembering the body with the axe he brought, but he couldn't do that. He couldn't bring himself to do that. Oh, panic. A state of panic seems to be the defense for his actions afterwards. Okay, so I'm going to try my best to be objective sometimes here on Trial Watch with Demetra. That does not work, but that's why you guys are here watching along with me. All together we can build the objective thinking and rationale. Let's get started. I'm going to get into this testimony. Is day one testimony of Maureen, the victim's mother. And if we get through it, her testimony is about an hour or so long. Then we're going to go back and revisit the testimony from the last night time we was here. We got kind of distracted. Let's right into it. I didn't even see you, Living. Hey, Living. Glad you're joining. Wrap them up pretty now. Don't do them like me.
Raise right hand. Swear to tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes. This is Adrian's mother.
Loud enough. The microphone to be the best that we need to.
Your Honor, before the witness begins, we would renew our objection under Rule 614.
That's no case statement.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ma'am, can you please introduce yourself to the jury?
I'm St. Maureen Smith.
And could you please spell your name for the court reporter?
Okay, sorry about it. It looks like it's not in sync or something like that. Sorry about that. It happens sometimes when I'm doing a recording. But at least it's clear tonight, right?
Hyacinth. Hyacinth.
And how do you spell Maureen?
Huh?
How do you spell Maureen?
Maureen.
And then Smith is the regular spelling?
Smith.
And you said Hyacinth Maureen Smith. Do you go by Maureen?
Yes.
Is it okay if I call you Maureen?
It's okay.
Now, Maureen, who is Andreen McDonald to you?
It's my son-in-law.
I'm sorry, Andreen.
Andreen is my daughter.
And who is Andre McDonald?
My son-in-law.
And who is Elena McDonald?
My granddaughter.
Now, back in 2019, where did the four of you live?
1042 Solitude Cove.
Hold on.
Is that within San Antonio?
Okay, maybe because I already had it set up. Let me take it off and reshare it, and maybe it'll sync up. It wasn't doing that when I first set it up. Let me see. Sorry about that, but let's see if I'll restart it. Will it sync? I have to keep, let's see. Here we go. Let's try it again.
No.
Oh, well, I don't know.
When was Elena born? What year?
Okay, sorry, let me just go for like this.
Now, when you first moved in 2017, was it the four of you that moved in? Spell your name for the court reporter.
Hyacinth. Hyacinth.
And how do you spell Marina?
Huh?
How do you spell Marine?
Maureen.
And this Smith is the regular spelling?
Smith.
And you said Hyacinth Marine Smith. Do you go by Marine?
Yes.
Is it okay if I call you Marine?
It's okay.
Now, Marine, who is Andreen McDonald to you?
It's my son-in-law.
I'm sorry, Andreen.
Andreen is my daughter.
And who is Andre McDonald?
My son-in-law.
And who is Elena McDonald?
My granddaughter.
Now, back in 2019, where did the four of you live?
1042 Solitude Cove.
Is that within San Antonio or Bexar County?
San Antonio, yeah.
How long have you lived there?
2017.
Now, when you first moved in 2017, was it the four of you that moved in?
Andreen moved there first. And Andreen.
Did everyone move in shortly thereafter?
Yes.
So had you been at that house essentially the whole time that your daughter owned the house?
Good
Yes.
evening, Sassy. Hey, Bert. Thank you for joining the LITLANE JURYBOX.
Now, in 2019, how long had Andreen and Andre been married?
They were married from 2010, I think.
So it's in 2019, about 9 years?
Yes.
And I mentioned, or I asked you about Elena McDonald earlier. Do they have any other children?
No.
When was Elena born? What year?
2011. The 2nd of April, 2011.
So in late February or early March of 2019, would that put her at 8 years old before her 9th birthday?
Yes.
What type of house was the residence at 1042 Sawtooth Cove? Was it a single story, multiple stories?
It's a 2-story house.
Welcome back to the LITLANE JURYBOX.
How many
Anthony.
bedrooms were
Thanks
downstairs?
for joining.
Just the master bedroom.
And how many bedrooms were upstairs?
3.
I'm sorry?
3 bedrooms upstairs.
Whose bedroom was the downstairs, the master?
Andreen and Andre.
Did it have a bathroom attached?
Yes.
You said there were 3 bedrooms upstairs. Who slept upstairs?
I slept upstairs.
Where did
And
Elena sleep?
she sleep upstairs sometimes, but most of the time she's downstairs.
But was her bedroom upstairs?
Yes.
And your bedroom was upstairs?
Yes.
The third bedroom, is that a guest bedroom?
Yes.
What type of work or business did your daughter have?
She used to run assisted living.
And did she have one facility or multiple facilities?
She had 3.
Were all of those facilities within Bexar County or San Antonio?
Yes.
You said that she ran, and what type of work did she do? Like, what was her, how would she go about her day?
She would exercise. She would go to the gym every morning between 5 or 6.
And after going to the gym, what would she do after that?
She come home
And what was the purpose of her coming home?
to get ready for work. have breakfast, and get ready for work.
After she got ready for work, when did she typically leave for work?
Sometimes 8 o'clock.
And would it be one facility in particular that she would go to, or would she bounce around between them?
She goes to 3 of them.
Okay, so she would go to the different properties.
Yes.
And this home health care business that she was in, was it a Monday through Friday job, or would she work all week?
Work all week. She works Monday to Friday, but she have workers come in on weekends.
So, did she have employees?
Welcome back
Yes.
to LITLANE JURYBOX, Diamond.
Now, who is Judy Lorenzana?
Judy was one of our managers.
Which facility did Judy work at, or did she work at multiple facilities?
Multiple.
Who is Tommy?
She's another worker.
A worker for Andre?
Yes.
And she had other employees as well, correct?
Yes.
Did you do any work at the home health care facilities?
Yes, I do.
What type of work?
I take care of the residents
Would you do that every day or when needed?
when needed.
So, Maureen, you said that your daughter and son-in-law have been married for about 9 years.
Yes.
Did they have trouble in their marriage?
Sometimes.
Now, the week leading up to her disappearance, were they staying in the same bedroom or separate bedrooms?
Separate.
Where would your son-in-law, Andre, where would he sleep?
In the master bedroom.
In the downstairs bedroom?
Yes.
Where would your daughter, Andre, sleep?
Sometimes she would come upstairs.
Would she sleep in the guest bedroom or one of the other bedrooms?
Sometimes she goes in Elena's bedroom. Sometimes she will come in mine.
And how long had that been going on where she was sleeping elsewhere other than the master bedroom?
I don't remember.
Now, on February 28th, 2019, that's a Thursday, was your assistance needed at one of the homes?
Yes.
Why was your assistance needed?
At the time, that lady, she was sick.
And when you say the lady was sick,
Yeah, she was sick.
and when you say the lady, who is the lady that was
Her
sick?
name is Wang.
And what does Wang do?
She's one of the managers too.
Was she an employee of Andre's?
Yes.
So Wang was sick.
Yeah.
So were you enlisted to then fill in for her?
Yes.
Do you remember which property it was?
For Coral Grove.
Coral Grove?
Yeah.
Is Coral Grove where one of the home health care facilities is located?
Yeah.
Now, on this Thursday, February 28th, 2019, how did you get to the Coral Grove address?
Repeat that.
How did you travel from Solitude Cove to Coral Grove?
At the time I was driving.
Do you have your own car?
Yeah.
At that time?
At that time, yes.
What type of car did you have?
Centrum Silver.
Now, did your daughter, Andrine, and Andre, did they have other vehicles at the house?
Yes.
What vehicle did your daughter, Andrine, drive?
At the time, she was driving an Audi.
What other vehicles were at the house?
Converse. Chevrolet. She had a Chevrolet truck she was driving to.
Do you remember what type of vehicle?
Chevrolet. It was one of those trucks with high vehicle.
What other vehicles were in the house?
And she had a Porsche.
She had a Porsche.
Yeah.
Your Honor, may I approach?
Yes.
Maureen, I'm going to show you what's already been admitted into evidence of State's Exhibit number 22. Do you recognize that vehicle?
Yes.
Whose vehicle is that?
And green.
Permission to publish?
Is this the Porsche that Andrine would drive?
Yes.
Do you recall what time in the evening you went to Coral Grove? If you remember.
No, I don't.
But you did go to Coral Grove that evening.
Yes.
When you left the house at Solitude Cove, was anybody still at home?
Yeah. I leave Andrine and Elena.
Andrine and Elena?
Yes.
Did you know if Andrine had anything that she was supposed to do that evening?
No.
Now, I want to then bring your attention to the following day, Friday, March the 1st, 2019. Did you stay at the Coral Grove address overnight?
Yes.
Who typically gets Elena ready for school?
Sometimes I do.
And other times?
Wait. But this, okay. Okay, so it looks weird. So Lady Steph asked a question. She said, this is a prosecution attorney. Excuse me. Prosecution attorney, right? And I say, yeah, but they're on the opposite side. And I was about to say no, but it is the prosecution because we watched her walk up to the stand and give her name and all. So this is definitely the prosecution. I think because of the sync, that's why it look weird. I am so sorry for that, you guys. Hold on. Y'all just gotta bear with me. Right, prosecution go first. But you know, in some courthouses, the prosecution on the majority, from what I've seen, they on the right. But in some courts where they on the left. Okay. Okay, bear with me for one moment, please. Oh, well, I could hit mute so I don't type in my yeah. Hold on. Okay, we're gonna do it like this because I can't take it being out of sync. And for some reason with this particular trial, I ain't getting monetized on these anyhow. So it don't make no difference. We might as well get this done right, right? Yeah. You know, you know, might as well get it done right. Cause I personally can't handle that. Let me see. So this way it'll be synced up for our viewing pleasure. It's only one way to do things most of the time. That's right. You know, here we go.
For
Better.
Coral Grove.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's Coral Grove or
Uh oh. Now I can't remember which one is which one. Hold on. Wait. I got two different things put up here. Oh Lord. Uh oh Lord. Hold on. Baby, I got both of them on the screen at the same. Okay, Demetra, calm down. Calm down. Let's see. Okay, remove this one. This is the one. Okay, how do I take this down? Lord have mercy. And Renee just told me to leave stuff alone. But of course I couldn't do that. Oh no. That's too much like Let's see. Oh Lord. Ugh. I hope y'all had a wonderful Friday. Hold on, yeah. I didn't got it. I didn't messed it all up. I be tripping. I don't know if y'all can hear me. I be tripping. Let's see. Somebody say Jesus be a back brace. Okay, I think y'all can hear me. Hold on. Okay, y'all can hear me. Dang, I didn't froze it all the way up. Dang. Oh, okay, remove from studio. There you go. Remove that one from the studio. Okay. Because that's the first one. Okay. I didn't know you could put both of them up there at the same time. I think you're not supposed to. Hold on. Hands off the computer, Demetra. Hands up, hands up, hands up. That was they used to tell us in typing. Hands up. See, I'm sitting in my comfort protection seat in the bleachers, and here she go. Ah, you guys, okay, hands up, hands up. I didn't froze it all up. It's gonna come back together. But ladies, Miss Steph 219 say she looked like her and get this over with. Yes. Hey, Tamika McMillan. Girl, we in the middle of a technical Demetra me problem right now. Sorry. Good to see you back in the LITLANE JURYBOX, Tamika. Happy Friday to you. Ciao. Mm-mm-mm. Oh my God. Let me see. Let me stop touching stuff. Y'all, let me tell y'all why this unfreezing itself, working itself out. When I got up today, moving around and everything, I'm just moving around doing my regular thing, making my coffee. I turned around to put the water in the coffee pot. I just stood there for a second and look. I was so confused, right? I was confused. All the it was all clean in the kitchen and everything. I looked. I say, after about 10 seconds of being confused, I looked at my son. I say, "You did this?" And he was like, "Yeah, I woke up early." I was like, "Oh, son." Then, like a little bit later on that morning, I looked at went to go feed my fish, and he had did all the tanks and put the water and stuff. Oh, okay, Tamika, get that money. I was like, "Oh my God, why is this?" It is really frozen, y'all. I really messed it up. Oh my God. I really messed it up. He had did all the fish tanks and everything. I was just like, son, you gonna make me fall out on the floor. He said, I just want to go ahead and get everything done. Right. Exactly. We getting it. We getting it. We getting it. You don't have to wait for me to tell you the same thing all the time. And you can do a little bit extra. It won't hurt nobody if you do just go ahead and do something without me, extra. Not just the stuff I tell you to do, but a little bit extra. Help me. Okay, let me see if I can push this refresh button now. Yeah, I messed it all the way up. Oh my God. Ain't nothing moving. But y'all can hear me though, I think. Yeah, y'all can hear me. I see y'all talk about y'all finna have a strike. Don't have a strike. See, this is my computer not used to working on Friday night. Damn, I should have just left it alone. Renee told me don't mess with nothing. Doing things that you're supposed to do without being asked Boom. There she is. Boom. Shaka laka laka laka. Okay. Okay. Oh, big KB. Okay. My bad. My bad. My bad. Okay. Let me walk this thing slow. Thank y'all for y'all patience. Child, over there on Trial Watch with Demetra, if anybody is watching or on this replay, I am so sorry. This is why we are indeed. Okay. I don't know why. It's like I'm here 2 times. Wait a minute. What is going on? Am I? Hold on. Uh, Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. I'm on here like 2 times. Let me hit mute. Oh, Lord. I bet I closed out the right one. Okay. So I see me on here 1 time. Okay, hold on. Let me check it on my phone. Okay. Say something. Let me see. Can y'all hear me drop a one? Okay. Oh, I hear me. I hear me. Can y'all hear me? Oh, Lord have mercy. Baby, if you tuned in over there to the other channel, Try Watch with Demetra, please understand this is why that channel is not officially launching until January 2025. If you over there and you still watching this replay, baby, you're going to fit in just fine with the LITLANE jury box, okay? Thank y'all. Okay. Okay, it should stay in now because I had a lot going on. Okay. I had a lot going on. Hey, Kurt Vixen, welcome back to the LITLANE jury box. Let me boom. Boom. I'm gonna rewind it a little bit, okay? Boom. Let's see. Let's get one big boom. Boom, boom, boom.
No.
Now, Maureen, had you...
Hey, how's everything?
What did he say?
Did someone notify the police?
Yes.
Do you know who spoke to the police?
Caroline.
Now, did you go outside and watch, follow Andre outside, or did you stay in the house?
I stayed in the house.
So after Andre went outside the front door, you didn't see where he went?
No.
Now, Maureen, at this point, did Carol Ann, Elizabeth, did the women show you what they saw inside the house?
Caroline made the call.
Did they show you what they saw inside the house?
Yes.
Your Honor, may I approach?
Yes.
Yeah, I want to rewind it a little bit. I think I'm a little bit ahead of where we at. I need to go back to where she was talking about the cars. Hold on.
I leave Andrine and Elena.
Andre and Elena,
Yes.
did you know if Andre had anything that she was supposed to do that evening?
Yeah, see, it's too far ahead. Hold on.
Sometimes she would come upstairs run assisted living.
Okay, let's just start from right there. I'm gonna leave it alone.
Did she have
Okay,
one
I'm
facility?
leaving it
or
alone.
multiple
We start from right
facilities?
here. My
She
bad.
had 3.
Were all of those facilities within Bear County or San Antonio?
Yes.
You said that she ran, and what type of work did she do? Like, what was her, how would she go about her day?
She would exercise. She would go to the gym every morning between 5 or 6.
And after going to the gym, what would she do after that?
She come home
And what was the purpose of her coming home?
to get ready for work, have breakfast and get ready for work.
After she got ready for work, when did she leave, when did she typically leave for work?
Sometimes 8 o'clock.
And would it be one facility in particular that she would go to, or would she bounce around between them?
She goes to 3 of them.
Okay, so she would go to the different properties.
Yes.
And this home health care business that she was in, was it a
Welcome
Monday
to
through
the LITLANE
Friday
Jury
job,
Box
or
today,
did she
Monet. Big
work all
room
week?
member. Good to see you this Friday.
Work
I
all
love
week.
it.
She works Monday to Friday, but she have workers come in on weekends.
So did she have employees?
Yes.
Now, who is Judy Lorenzana?
Judy was one of our managers.
Which facility did Judy work at, or did she work at multiple facilities?
Multiple.
Who is Tommy?
She's another worker.
A worker for Andre?
Yes.
And she had other employees as well, correct?
Yes.
Did you do any work at the home health care facilities?
Yes, I do.
What type of work?
I take care of the residents
Would you do that every day or when needed?
when needed.
So, Maureen, you said that your daughter and son-in-law have been married for about 9 years.
Yes.
Did they have trouble in their marriage?
Sometimes.
Now, the week leading up to her disappearance, were they staying in the same bedroom or separate bedrooms?
Separate.
Where would your son-in-law, Andre, where would he sleep?
In the master bedroom.
In the downstairs bedroom?
Yes.
Where would your daughter, Andre, sleep?
Sometimes she would come upstairs.
Would she sleep in the guest bedroom or one of the other bedrooms?
Sometimes she goes in Elena's bedroom. Sometimes she will come in mine.
And how long had that been going on where she was sleeping elsewhere other than the master bedroom?
I don't remember.
Now, on February 28th, 2019, that's a Thursday, was your assistance needed at one of the homes?
Yes.
Why was your assistance needed?
The defendant is really a good-looking man.
At the time,
It's like his wife was beautiful.
that
It was a
lady, she
good-looking
was
couple.
sick.
And you said the lady was sick.
Yeah, she was sick.
And you said the lady, who is the lady that was
Her
sick?
name is Wang.
And what does Wang do?
She's one of the managers too.
Was she an employee of Andre's?
Yes.
So Wayne was sick.
Yeah.
Hey, sweet
So,
Vampy, we're really
were
just getting
you
started.
enlisted
Welcome
to
back to the
deliver
LITLANE
her?
JURYBOX. Glad you
Yes.
made it.
Do you remember which property it was?
For Coral Grove.
Coral Grove?
Yeah.
Is Coral Grove where one of the healthcare facilities is located?
Yeah.
Now, on this Thursday, February 28th, 2019, how did you get to the Coral Grove address?
Repeat that.
How did you travel from Solitude Cove to Coral Grove?
At the time I was driving.
Do you have your own car at
Yeah.
that time?
At that time, yes.
What type of car did you have?
Centrum Silver.
Now, did your daughter, Andrine, and Andre, did they have other vehicles at the house?
Yes.
What vehicle did your daughter, Andrine, drive?
At the time, she was driving an Audi.
What other vehicles were at the house?
Converse. Chevrolet. She had a Chevrolet truck she was driving to.
Do you remember what type of vehicle?
Chevrolet. It was one of those trucks with high vehicle.
What other vehicles were in the house?
And she had a Porsche.
She had a Porsche.
Yeah.
Your Honor, may I approach?
Yes.
Maybe she's talking about a Nissan Sentra.
Maureen, I'm going to show you what's
Okay,
already
sweet
been
Vampy,
admitted
but you
into
really didn't
evidence
miss
of
nothing.
state's
She's just
exhibit
getting
number
started. I had a lot
22.
of technical
Do
problems,
you recognize that vehicle?
actually.
Yes.
Whose vehicle is that?
Andrine.
Permission to publish?
Is
That's
this
so
the
nice.
Porsche
I got a
that
Porsche. I
Andre
wouldn't want no
would drive?
truck, though.
Yeah.
I want a Porsche.
Do you recall what time of the evening you went to Coral Grove? If you remember.
No, I don't.
But you did go to Coral Grove that evening.
Yes.
When you left the house at Solitude Cove, was anybody still at home?
Yeah. I leave Andrine and Elena.
Andre and Elena?
Yes.
Did you know if Andrine had anything that she was supposed to do that evening?
No.
Now, I want to then bring your attention to the following day, Friday, March the 1st, 2019. Did you stay at the Coral Grove address overnight?
Yes.
Who typically gets Elena ready for school?
Sometimes I do.
And other times,
Andre.
but you were at Coral Grove, so you did not get her ready for school Friday morning, correct?
No.
At some point on Friday morning, are you in communication with Judy?
Yes.
Based upon those communications, did you try to call your daughter, Audrey?
Yes.
Were you able to reach her that Friday morning?
No.
Did you try to call Andre that morning?
Yes.
Were you able to reach him at that time, at the beginning of the morning?
Yes.
Did you reach him at the beginning of the morning or later in the morning?
I think later.
She holding back tears
So,
already.
initially, you were not able to reach him, is that correct?
I don't remember.
At some point, after not being able to reach Andre, did somebody come to the Coral Grove address and pick you up?
Yes.
Who came to pick you up?
Carla.
Now, who is Caroline?
Okay, pause. So Carol, the friend, the MVP so far, right? The friend that was on the case, the friend that say, something out of place, something unusual. Why she not answering his phone? She went to the house. She knew where the mama lived. She knew the gate code. She went and picked up the mama. She went and searched the house. She took pictures. Okay, at this point, we know that Carol, that was Andrew's best friend. She knew everything. She even knew how to go pick up her mama. Shout out to Carol. Good friend.
One of Andre's
Excellent friend.
Did Caroline have anyone with her?
Yes.
Who did she have with her?
Elizabeth.
Did you go with Caroline and Elizabeth?
Yes.
Did anyone else come with you?
Judy and Tommy.
So the five of you were in Caroline's vehicle.
Yeah.
Where did you go?
I went to court.
Take your time. Marie, just let me know when you're ready.
Went to Solitude Court.
So back to your house.
Yes.
When you got back to that, or without getting into what they said, did Caroline and Elizabeth tell you what they saw at the house beforehand?
Could you repeat?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Could you repeat?
Oh, of course. Without getting specifically into what they said, did you speak to Caroline and Elizabeth about what they had seen inside your house?
Yeah, she told me that she seen blood on the light switch.
And you said that you went back, or that you went to 1042 Solitude Cove with Carol and company, correct?
Yes.
When you got to the house, did you go inside? Did you go inside the house?
Yes, I did.
When you went inside the house, was anyone there?
Andre was there.
What was Andre doing?
Welcome back, Tweety. We just really
he
getting
was
into it.
Coming from the garage to the washroom, and I was in the going towards the kitchen.
Did Andre stop to talk to you?
Huh?
What was Andre doing as he comes out? What was he doing? Where was he going?
When I saw him, he wasn't doing nothing. He was coming from the garage, to the washroom, and I was in the kitchen, so I could see him.
Did you say
Yes,
anything,
sweetie, this
Andre?
amount.
Yes,
What did you say?
I told him that we're trying to get in touch with Andreen, and nobody sees her. And he says he's going to check if Andreen is by the hospital.
Where did Andre go after he told you that?
He went outside. Yeah,
He went out where?
he went outside
Which door did he use?
the front door.
Did you follow him outside?
No,
Now, Maureen, did somebody notify the police?
what did he say?
Did someone notify the police?
Yes,
Do you know who spoke to the police?
Caroline.
Now, did you go outside and follow Andre outside, or did you stay in the house?
I stayed in the house.
So after Andre went outside the front door, you didn't see where he went.
No,
Now, Maureen, at this point, did Carol Ann, Elizabeth, and the women show you what they saw inside the house?
Caroline made the call.
Did they show you what they saw inside the house?
Yes,
Your Honor, may I approach?
Yes.
Okay, so tonight we should be able to see the exhibits way better. So we got a clear picture than we did last night. Thank y'all for joining me on this Friday night. So I'll watch with Demetra.
Maureen, I'm going to show you it's already been admitted into evidence. The state's Exhibit 12 and state's Exhibit 14. Do you recognize those?
yes,
Is state's Exhibit 12 a area that's inside of your house?
yeah,
And state's Exhibit number 14 is that the outside of your house,
yes,
specifically your backyard.
yes.
And thank you for the love on the Cash App last night. Thank you. I saw it after the show. Thank you very much for the support.
Maureen, I'm showing you state's Exhibit number 12. What did you see?
Blood. Blood.
Where is this light switch?
In the master bathroom.
Downstairs?
Yes,
I'm now showing you state's 14. What did you see outside?
the burn.
You say the burn. What area?
Almost near to the pool.
I'm sorry, ma'am?
Almost near to the pool.
Is it back up here on this area or on the pathway or somewhere else?
Welcome back to the LITLANE
On the
JURYBOX,
back.
Cookie Black.
This bottom area of the photograph?
Yes,
Now, Marie, you lived at that house. Was that burn area there the day before?
Objection calls for speculation. The testimony is she wasn't there.
She was there the day before she left in the evening.
Fair world.
You can answer the question now.
no,
After seeing these items, did you go into the garage?
I don't remember.
Did the police arrive? Maybe I should ask this. Do you remember what time the police arrived?
No, I don't.
When the police arrived, did you speak to them?
Yes,
Did the other ladies with you Carol Ann, Elizabeth, Tommy, Judy, did they also speak to the police?
I don't remember.
Did you tell the police what you had seen and what you knew?
Could you repeat for me?
Did you tell the police what you saw at the house and what you knew?
Yes.
Now, while speaking to the police, did Andre return to the house?
Yes.
Do you know how long the gap between speaking to the police and when Andre arrived? How
No.
long the time period was?
No.
Now, after Andre arrived back at the house, did you yourself speak to him or did he speak to someone else?
When he arrived, I said to the police that
Well, and what I'm asking, man, is did you speak to Andre when he came back or did Andre speak to someone else? Not what was said.
I don't remember.
You don't recall? Now, Maureen, earlier you had made mention that you tried to reach Andre on his phone and did not get a hold of him initially. Did you speak to him before you got back to the house?
I don't remember.
At some point, does Elena return from school?
Yes.
Do you recall how Elena got back to the house?
She came with the school bus.
Were you there to greet her?
Yes.
Now, that evening, did the police search your house?
Yes, they search.
Did you stay at the house at 1042 Solitude Cove that night, or did you take Elena somewhere else?
We left.
Where did you go? Did you go to one of the facilities?
Yes.
Do you remember which one?
Coral Grove.
So are there living quarters at Coral Grove for like yourself and Elena who needed to stay there overnight?
Yes.
Now, Maureen, you spoke to the police about what you saw and what you knew that night on Friday, March the 1st, correct?
Yes.
Did you tell them anything about their ability to search your house?
Yes, I told him.
That calls for hearsay.
No.
You can answer the question. Did you give the police permission to search?
Yes.
Welcome back to the LITLANE JURYBOX, Ashley. Good to see you in the chat. Happy Friday.
Ms. Smith, who's been taking care of Elena these last few years?
I do.
Do you receive any other, is there any other member of your family that also helps?
Yes.
Who is that?
Cindy,
Who is Cindy?
my daughter,
What is her relationship to Andreen?
Andre's sister.
You're both their mothers, correct?
Yes.
Do they have different fathers?
What did he say?
Do they have the same father? Cindy
No.
and Andreen?
No.
And Cindy has also helped you raising Alana.
Yes.
Andreen, I want to call your attention to Friday, January the 20th, 2023. So just this past Friday.
Oh, what happened
Were
last
you
Friday?
living in a different location than 1042 Saltico?
Yes.
Is that location in San Antonio?
Yes.
Did your daughter, Cindy, bring to your attention a phone call that morning?
Yes.
Now, did you receive the phone call or did Cindy receive the phone call?
Cindy.
Were you both inside your house in San Antonio when you received the phone call?
Yes.
When Cindy came to
Oh.
you with the phone, what did she do in terms of allowing everyone to hear?
When she came, she was crying.
Oh.
And she told me that somebody wanted to speak to me on the phone.
Oh.
And I asked her, who?
Oh.
And she said, Andre, but I didn't know it was.
So you didn't realize?
No.
What?
You did not realize that it was Andre at first.
Yeah, at first.
Did you speak to the phone? Did you put it to your ear, or was it done some other fashion?
Equaphone.
Maybe I should
Wow.
ask this way: could both of you hear what the person was saying on the line?
It was on the speaker.
At some point, did you realize that it was Andre McDonald on the phone?
Yes.
The person who called you and Cindy on Friday, January 20th, 2023, Andre McDonald, you see him in the courtroom.
Yes.
You just point to him and tell us something he's wearing.
He's wearing a blue jacket and a dark blue jacket and a light blue inside shirt.
And the record will reflect that you identified the defendant in this case. Once you realize that you're speaking to Andre, what is going through your mind?
I was frightened and I was shocked.
What did Andre tell you?
He said he wanted to tell me the truth, and I deserve to know the truth. What happened?
Oh, hell no. Hold on. Pause. Sidebar with LITLANE JURYBOX. LITLANE JURYBOX. We got to go ahead and talk about this real quick. So, apparently, during the opening statements and also during Cindy, the sister's testimony, that's when the defendant, Andre, made the phone call detailing or wanting to tell them what actually happened. Remember when the sister was saying that and we was kind of shocked at the phone call, I was saying, I wonder when he made this phone call because it didn't make sense. Like I couldn't line it up. So he didn't tell them, the sister and the mom, that about, oh, I was gonna dismember the body, but I didn't do it. He didn't tell them that at the time, 4 years before of the crime. He literally sat there in that jail and called them the Friday before the trial started. and tried to clear his conscience. Remember, we talked about that. We say, who was he trying to, what was his intentions? What was his motivations truly about making that phone call to her family, giving them all those details? We talked about that ad nauseum. I think that's the first time I said ad nauseum, you know. But anywho, yeah. So Lady Steph say, so the reaction in the jury box is what? Oh my God! I said, wow. Tweety in disbelief. He called mama from jail, the mama and the sister. Living say, I know you fucking lying. Tweety say, girl, bye. Living say, come on, push through, Judge Demetra, sidebar. Okay. Lady Steph say, so not only did he do a horrible job of trying to be a criminal, he calls and testifies to the mother from jail on a recorded phone call. And y'all know we're going to probably hear that recorded phone call, child. You know, we're going to hear that if the recorded phone call, if they play it, they going to play it from one of the jail people, okay? Yeah, he is a fool, and he is a dirty dog. Wait, what was the date the prosecutors just say? Well, winter, I don't know, but I know. Yes, Jay Monet, this is just part 3. It's a playlist, right? And all the parts are just like this. The thumbnails got the parts. Okay, so this is just part 3. Okay, so I see a question from Winter. Winter made a question, I think. Wait, what's the date? Well, I'm gonna tell you this. I heard the prosecution say specifically that this phone call was made the Friday before, right then. On the Friday before this right here. January 2023. Yeah, it was the Friday before she took the stand right here that we watch it. 4 years after the crime. Okay? Mm-hmm. And if you go back to the replays, it's not really a whole lot. It's just a few witnesses and stuff like that. You'll be able to catch up quick. It make for good work listening. All right, y'all. We had to have our moment of I know he didn't. Okay? Yes, he did, y'all. I'm going to close my mouth and let's go. I had to pick my jaw off the god doggone floor. The nerves. Ain't that tampering? Wait.
4 years.
Ain't that tampering with
Since
witnesses?
this incident happened, had he ever told you what happened?
No.
So this past Friday is the first time that he was offering this information.
Yeah.
Did Andre explain what had happened between he and Andre?
He explained a little. I don't think it's much.
And I'm sorry, I couldn't understand.
He explained a little.
So did he not give exhaustive details about what happened? Or did he just explain some things?
He explained something.
Did he explain to you what the argument was between he and Andre?
Yes.
What was the nature of the argument? Why were they arguing?
He said, Andrina was robbing him.
Did he explain what he meant by robbing him?
He said,
Indeed,
the business that they had, she took his name off the paper, something of that sort. And he found out that it's only her name alone on it.
Did he explain how that made him feel?
Huh?
Did Andre explain how that made him feel?
Yes, he was upset.
Did he say if he had confronted Andre about this?
Yes.
What did he say about that?
He confronted Andrina about it and they had an argument.
So they were in an argument.
Yeah.
Did he say where the argument took place?
No.
Do you know what address it took place?
Solitude Cove.
So the argument took place in the house?
Yeah.
Did he explain if any words were being exchanged between the two?
What did you say?
Did he explain what was being said between Andre and himself?
He and Andrew was quarreling about the business. And Andrew, he said that Andrew was telling him curse words that hurt him.
So this initial time in which they were verbally arguing,
Yes.
did Andre say if he went anywhere?
I don't remember that part.
So you said that they were verbally arguing.
Yes.
What did he say happened next?
He went outside and he came back in. He went out of the house and he came back in. And
Did he explain where he went when he left the house?
no.
But he said he stated he came back.
Yes.
When he came back, did he explain what happened?
He and Andrew had an argument.
Did he explain what he did to Andre?
Repeat what he said.
What did he say he did to Andre?
They were fighting, and I don't remember if he said that he pushed her, but she fell to the ground and he like body slam her with his feet, something of that sort.
Okay, so apparently in San Antonio, where this all took place, including the trial, they do not say kick with the feet. They say hit with their foot and stump. They don't say kick. I'm sorry, I had to say that. I had to.
Did he explain anything about Andre's ability to fight him?
What did you say?
Did he explain anything about Andre's ability to fight him?
Yes, he said that Andrew cannot fight him.
Did he explain what he meant by that?
Like he would say Andrew is not strong enough to beat him then. Something of that sort.
Now, Maureen, you said something happened in terms of her, in terms of Andre getting pushed out to the ground. What did Andre say about how Andre came to the ground?
I don't remember what he says.
Did he state to you that he was the one responsible for getting her to the ground?
Yes.
Did he explain where this was taking place? Where in the house?
No.
You stated that when Andre was on the ground, Andre said he did something to her. What did he tell you?
He uses feet and like he stepped on her, then use his feet and slam something of that.
That he slammed and used
With
his
his
feet.
feet, yeah.
Did he indicate where he was using his feet on her?
No,
Did he explain where Andreen was in terms of standing or laying down when he's using his feet?
no.
Now, as Andres explained that he's using his feet on Andreen, did anyone see this happen?
What did you say?
Did Andre say if anyone saw him using his feet on Andreen?
It's like I'm not even thinking. Could you repeat again?
Where was Elena when this was happening?
Elena was upstairs.
Did Andre explain what happened if he saw Elena?
Objection made. Sustained.
He said Elena was upstairs.
She,
Did Andre explain what Elena did?
Objection made. It's also been asked and answered.
I think he was asleep. Hold on. Okay, thank you, Mr. Defense. I'm not even for the defense, okay? Well, I'm impartial. I'm trying to be. But thank you for waking up, sir. Thank you for waking up, sir. Here on Trial Watch with Demetra, we're very educated on trial processes and everything. And it shouldn't be the LITLANE jury box. They have to kick you under that table and let you know we doing a lot of hearsay. We doing a lot of leading. Now, we're not going to help you no more, sir. Okay? He just woke up. He just snapped out of it. Living Ben tried to pinch him and say, ain't this leading? He been leading them. You know, we want what Dover say, get in order.
She can answer if you know that.
What did Andre say about that?
Elena was coming downstairs, so he take Elena back upstairs and put her to bed.
Did he explain what was happening or what Andreen was doing as he was taking Elena upstairs?
She was on the floor wheezing.
Did Andre state what happened after he put Elena upstairs?
When he came back down, she was dead.
Now, Maureen, I showed you the photo earlier of blood on a light switch. Did Andre explain how the blood got there?
No.
You stated that when he told you when he came back downstairs, Andre was dead.
Yes.
What did he say he did next?
He take her clothes off.
What did he do with her clothes?
He burned it.
Did he say where he burned it?
No, he didn't tell me where.
So he removed her clothes and burned them. Did he say what he did with Andre's body?
He put her body in the car.
He said put it in a car. Did he explain which car? Just tell me when you're ready.
Can you imagine living it though? It's hard for us to watch it. And she got to relive it. She was on the call with him. She had it's her daughter. You know what I'm saying? It's so tough. So tough.
What did you say?
And I'm sorry, I couldn't understand. I asked, did Andre say which car he put Andre's body in?
Yes.
Which car did he say?
I don't know which car.
Oh, so you don't know which car he said. Did he say what he did once he got the body inside the car? Did he explain where he took her body?
Yes.
What did he say?
He drove to the place where her remains was found.
Did he say what his plan was to do with the body?
Check this out. Check this out.
He said he threw her body over the.
I'm sorry, I couldn't understand.
He threw her body over the.
Did Andre express any plans on what he was going to do to the body?
No.
Did you also discuss Elena?
Pause. So at this point in time, if we remember, Cindy, the sister, who was also a party to this phone call, because remember, it was on speakerphone, right? And Cindy testified to the same call that she's describing now. And the reality of it is that Andre really did say that his intentions was to dismember the victim's body, her daughter's body. I think right now with her saying, he was trying to get, like, it seemed to me that he was trying to get her to say that. And like she just can't bring herself to think about that part or to say that part. And it seems to me like the prosecutor just didn't press her to say that. But if we remember, Cindy did testify to the fact that he had said he gave, because we talked about it in the chat about what, golly, he really told the people he planned on dismembering her. No, Silky, he had intentions, because this is a picture, a Google picture. They haven't showed it yet in the trial that we've seen. But when he went back to the next body, back to the body in the woods where he left it at, that's when he brought back the gasoline, this axe, a hammer, leather gloves, all that kind of stuff. And he told them on the phone call, he intended to dismember, but he couldn't do that. But he still proceeded to burn up the body. Lady Steph say, maybe in his sick mind, he was trying to convey, you should be glad that I didn't chop her up, child, and try to get her to be grateful. Not trying to get some gratefulness, or is he trying to elicit some gratitude from him because he tell them before they have to hear it in court, girl, not you, not girl, boy, boo. Okay, I'm a let it play.
What did you say?
Did Andre ask you about Elena?
Yes, he asked me about Elena last week.
Did you talk to him about that?
Yes, I told him that Elena is growing big and she's doing well in school.
How did Andre react when you spoke with Elena?
He broke down.
Did Andre tell you why he was telling you all of these things?
What did he say?
Did Andre tell you why he was now telling you these things?
He said he want me to know the truth.
Did you later speak to the police about what Andre had told you? This weekend.
Cindy called. Cindy speak to the police.
Were you also there and spoke to the police as well?
Yes.
And did that interview take place at your house?
Yeah.
Honorable Pestilence. Thank you, Your Honor. Good afternoon, Mrs. Smith.
Good afternoon.
We met briefly the other day, right?
Yeah.
I just have a few questions for you. I want to go back and ask you some things about a statement that you gave to the police back on March 1st of 2019. Do you remember describing Andrine and Andre as two strong people?
Yes.
And you described how they would often fight with each other, that they'd have mutual combat with one another.
Yes.
You had also told them that you don't recall them physically fighting prior that week, correct?
What did you say?
That you didn't, when they were asking you on March 1st, you told them you don't believe that you'd seen them fighting earlier that week, right?
No.
Okay. They've been together at the time about 8 years. Is that fair?
Between 8 to 9 years.
And they met when they were in Jamaica, right?
Yes.
Andre was, I think, there for a funeral or something to that effect.
Yes.
And Henry was still living on the island.
Yes.
And then they came to the United States, right?
Yes.
And Andre was with the Air Force at that time? Or later?
Yes. Yes.
Now, do you know Andre has a top secret clearance with the Air Force, correct?
Yes.
Were you ever interviewed by anyone from the Air Force when he was getting that clearance?
I don't remember.
And at the time, Henry was going to school for finance, right?
Yes.
And Andre was helping support her through that.
Yes.
He would help her with her assignments and her writings and things like that.
Yes.
As a husband should.
And then she would finish up that degree here in San Antonio when they transferred, right?
Yes.
You've been through with them for all that time.
Yes.
Fair to say that you and Andre have a pretty close relationship.
Yes.
In fact, that's why he called you on Friday to talk about this and to tell you what happened, right?
Yes.
In fact, sometimes Andrine would be jealous of the relationship that you and Andre share. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
There were times when you and Andrine weren't as close as maybe one would like, right?
What did you say?
there were times when you and Andreen weren't as close as maybe one would like.
I don't remember.
You all would have arguments yourself, right?
Sometimes.
So on the 28th of February 2019, you went over to stay at Coral Grove, correct?
Yes.
Because someone had called in sick at the facility?
Yes.
So that wasn't something that was planned in advance, right?
No.
You found out that you were needed that day on that day, correct?
Yes.
And it was being a work day, Andre was working that day, right?
Yes.
So that's something that Andre would have learned when he got home from work, correct?
Repeat that again.
Andre would have learned that you were going to be staying the night at Coral Grove that night, right? Let me put it a little bit differently. You didn't call Andre on the 28th earlier in the day and say, hey, I'm going to be covering a shift at Coral Grove, did you?
No.
Okay. Let's talk a little bit about morning and evening routines over in Solitude Cove. Andreen would get up very early in the morning to go work out, right?
Yes.
And from there, she would, I imagine, get showered up, dressed in her work clothes, and go to work.
Yes.
So often wouldn't be returning home if she was going to work out in the gym, right?
When she goes to the gym, she come back home,
Okay, and then puts on her work clothing and leaves, right?
get ready for work.
So as far as getting Elena ready for school, that's a responsibility that you and Andre had.
Yes.
And Andre would do that many, many mornings, right?
Yes.
And then when everyone came home in the evening, Andre would be helping Elena with her homework and making sure she was fed, and you'd be doing the same?
Andreen do. That's what Andreen does.
Andre was more of an evening
Yes.
time,
Yeah.
but Andre was involved in Elena's life in the evening as well, right?
Yes.
Now, you have testified that you were unable to reach Andreen on the morning of March 1st, correct?
Yes.
But that's not unusual necessarily, correct?
No, that's not. That's Andreen is somebody that you can, when you call her, you will get to her. If she don't answer at once, she will still get to you later on.
Okay, but in your relationship with her, there were times where she wasn't answering your call, right?
Yes, right.
But
Sometimes she does not
but-
answer, but whenever she gets the time, she will.
Okay. And so you weren't aware that there was something wrong at the house until Carol came and told you, correct?
Yes.
And when Carol came to tell you, she told you that she had been inside your house and had found blood on the light switch, right?
Yeah.
And she had told you about the ashes that she found in the backyard, right?
I don't remember if it was Carl. Carl told me that.
Okay. But in any event, it's because of what Carol saw that got you to come over to the house and
Yes.
check on it, right? Otherwise, you'd have stayed at Coral Grove working for the rest of that time period, correct?
Yes.
Okay. When the police arrived,
She's saying,
it was
Lord,
Carol and Elizabeth that were primarily speaking with them, right?
Yes.
And it was Carol and Elizabeth that led the police into the house and into the bathroom, right?
Yes.
They spoke with you later that day, correct?
Yes.
Okay, no further questions.
You had talked about the call that you received on Friday. The prosecutor was asking you about something on the fact of Andre, you couldn't fight, right? Do you remember that discussion?
Yeah.
And that you interpret that to mean that Andre wasn't strong enough to beat Andre in a fight, right?
Yes.
But that had not stopped Andre from fighting with Andre before, correct?
Yes.
And you're taking care of Elena right now, right?
Yes.
And your daughter helps you with that, correct?
Yes.
And so because of that, your family and Andre's family are joined up, right?
His mother.
You stay in contact with Andre's mother?
Yes.
And you feel like that played a role in why Andre was calling you. It's because of the connection that your family share, right?
Yes.
And he said that he wanted you to hear the truth, right?
Yes.
And you believe Andre's statement to you, his admissions.
Yes, I believe what he's saying. Some of what he's saying.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this. You're aware of what the investigation in this case unveiled, correct?
Yes.
And you know what you personally saw on March 1st when you went inside the residence, right?
Yes.
And what you saw and what you learned about this case and what Andre has told you are not inconsistent, are they?
So, no.
I'll pass the witness. Yes, ma'am.
You better ask the question I put in the comments. If they don't answer this question, I'ma die.
Now, Maureen, you were at the house on March 1st, 2019. Do you know everything about this investigation?
I don't think I know everything.
Do you know everything that the police did and uncovered in this case? You don't know everything that the police discovered in this case, correct?
No.
You previously stated that when Andre called you this past Friday, that you spoke to him. Do you remember how long he spoke with you?
When he called me that Friday,
On Friday, how long did he speak to you? You remember?
Friday of last week, you're talking?
When he called you last week,
Oh,
do you remember how long he spoke to you?
about 30 minutes, I'm not sure.
So not exactly sure how long. Did he give you every detail about what happened, or was it more of a summary?
I don't know if it's every detail, but he was talking to me. I don't know if it's every detail.
That's what it's wrong.
Boo!
Excuse me.
Boo, 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 boo. And the reason why I'm booing that is because I feel like that would have been a great opportunity, but I don't know if it calls for speculation, right? Maybe it calls for speculation, but I feel like the defense opened the door to speculate, right? When he asked her, and she believed because of their relationship that he was telling her the truth. I really feel like that would have been an opportune time to come back and redirect her and ask her, You previously, the council just asked you, did you believe it? And you said no. Can you tell us, what part of that you don't believe or you didn't believe? Okay. And what part of it don't you believe? You know what I'm saying? And I would have literally said, the defense counsel just asked you. And then if he would have said, I object, I would have said, Your Honor, he just opened the door for this. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. Winter says they most likely was listening and that the call lasts because he was confessing. Absolutely. You know, I wonder if they taped it, and if we definitely gonna hear not we definitely, because I haven't watched this trial. I'm watching with you guys, but I'm hoping they finna introduce the recording, right? Because they got all the jail calls and stuff, you know. So this is real interesting. We're gonna keep going, you guys, because it took me about an hour to get going. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna keep going if y'all don't mind. If y'all don't mind, I don't mind. We can at least watch another witness or two. Special Friday night episode. I feel like I'm Dateline. Or is it 2020 on Friday?
I want to approach real quick before the next witness.
I think it's 2020 on Friday. So while they're doing this, let me go ahead and remind you guys to consider checking out the LITLANE merch store. We do have new LITLANE JURYBOX mugs. That's the new LITLANE JURYBOX mugs. And we also have, that's not a good picture, the Trial Watch with Demetra mugs. Okay, so definitely think about checking that out. Let me see the link to the LITLANE merch store is in the description box. Thank you guys in advance. Live and say I'm here. Now, did you get us all thrown off last night?
It's the last witness for the day for the jury, so they were
Yes, Mr. 219, you give them their still in session. Oh, who are you gonna go get? They doing a lot of moving in this courthouse. What she was doing? What the hell was she doing? Oh my God, what's wrong with her? She came running up in there like she was crazy, huh? Oh, goofy self. Let's see.
Well, right now I stay.
Oh, child, let it play. Looking all confused. She came running up in there like, what was she doing? Why they had to go look for her? I wonder what she do. She don't really look like law enforcement. We finna see. I don't even know why they called her up to the stand as the last witness on the day one, because she's only up there a couple of minutes. When I try to fast forward, then her little part be over. She was in the bathroom.
The microphone, he said, Justin, we need you.
Okay.
Say that.
Thank you, Your Honor. Yes, ma'am. Can you please introduce yourself to the jury?
Yes, I'm Kelly Douglas.
And yes, Ms. Douglas, what do you do for a living?
Well, right now I stay at home. I'm a stay-at-home mom, but I also substitute teach in Comal ISD.
Now, back in March of 2019,
She's a teacher,
so
a daughter
the spring
teacher.
semester,
Yes.
where did you work?
I worked at Speck Elementary. I was a second grade teacher.
And back in the spring semester of 2019, did you have a student by the name of Elena?
Yes.
Your Honor, approach.
Yes.
Ms. Douglas, did you know who Elena's mother was?
Yes.
What's her mother's name?
Andre.
Andre? I'm not going to show you states 10 and states 9. Do you recognize the individuals depicted in those pictures?
I do.
Ms. Douglas, showing you states exhibit number 9. Who's depicted here?
Andre McDonald.
I'm not going to show you states exhibit number 10. Who's depicted here?
Elena McDonald.
I believe you stated, well, what grade level did you teach?
2nd grade.
And had Elena been a member of your class that whole school year, I guess beginning in fall of 18, spanning into the spring of 19?
Yes.
Did Elena have any special conditions?
Yes. She is a student with autism.
Now, had you talked to Andrine, the mother, in the past?
Yes.
How would you characterize her involvement in Elena's studies?
Very involved.
How often would you communicate with you, Andrine, that is?
We had a classroom system of an agenda that she would sign every day. So that was just general communication. And then if there was something, going on with class or something that she needed to know, I would communicate with her via email, and she would communicate back with me through email as well.
Did you know Elena's father, Andre McDonald?
I had met him a couple times, yes.
How would you characterize his involvement with Elena?
He came to the meetings that were required for Elena's care as a student. And the other time I remember meeting him was at Meet the Teacher Night for 2nd grade. So,
Which parent was more involved with you?
Objection, Your Honor, relevance. And, and speculation.
Okay, I hear both of y'all talking at the same time. Go ahead.
An objection to relevance and speculation.
It's overruled.
You can answer the question.
I would say Andrine was more involved.
Now, Ms. Douglas, I'm going to draw your attention to Friday, March 1st, 2019. Were you teaching that day?
Yes, I was.
And I believe you stated, but what school?
Specht Elementary,
What school district is that within?
Comal ISD.
Now, do you know how Elena typically arrived at school?
She typically rode the bus.
Now, how would you characterize Elena, her appearance on a typical day? Like how well was she dressed?
She was always very well dressed and always dressed very warmly.
Now, this is March 1st, 2019.
Yes.
Do you recall what the weather was like?
I believe it was pretty chilly in the mornings. And my classroom was also pretty cold. So the students were asked to bring a jacket. The parents were asked to bring a jacket at the beginning of the year. So most brought jackets.
Did Elena show up for school that morning?
She did.
Was there anything that you noticed about her appearance that day versus what you typically would see?
Yes, she did not have a jacket or a coat, and that was unusual for her.
Now, for the children, did they have a snack time?
They did.
Was it something that the school supplied, or did they take their own snacks from home?
They brought their own snacks from home.
On that day, March 1st, 2019, did Elena have a snack?
She did not.
Now, when you saw Elena that morning, did she express, or how was her demeanor, I should say?
She was a little more clingy that day, and she was a little more tired that day.
You said a little more tired.
Mm-hmm.
What did Elena do?
She slept for a good part of the morning, I had a little area over next to my teacher table with pillows, and I did not typically let the students sleep, but that day she really looked tired to me, and so I allowed her to sleep in that little area over there.
Was it typical for her to take a nap?
No.
Do you recall how long she was asleep?
I think it was at least 30 minutes, which was quite a while because we transition a lot in second grade to different activities. So if the other students hadn't woken her up, I think that it was at least 30 minutes, possibly longer.
That's it.
That poor baby was tired and traumatized and hungry and cold.
And Ms. Douglas, you stated that Alana was autistic.
Yes.
Was communication with her difficult?
No.
Would she understand things differently than other children?
Some things. But
I'm going to object, and I'd like to approach the objection's going to go to Rule 702. We're going to go down this road. I'm asking under 705. Meter for adjournment.
Wow, I've been waiting to see the prosecutor bad haircut for a minute. I finally got to see it. I don't know what's going on with that part in the middle. I wonder what she's thinking about. Bless that baby, my. God bless the child, right? And y'all remember, I don't know if y'all remember or not, but that's my job to remind you guys, right? But during the opening statements, we heard mention from the prosecution side that the baby at some point in time, the daughter at some later date seemed to be mimicking what she had saw her daddy do to the body. Something about, we're going to hear about it. I already know we're going to hear about it later on in the testimony at some point, but they talked about doing opening statements. Now she's trying to eavesdrop on her. Okay. Listening hard, huh?
Hold on.
Not the bang.
Thank you, excuse me.
Whoa. Not the bang. All right, so let me pull up the next one. One moment. Not the bang. No, say it ain't so. I need to see the back of the prosecutor. Okay, you got to be talking about the front side. I think that's his hairline. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we get the barbers too much grief. You know what I'm saying? They can only work with what they got to work with, right? So it wasn't too much that the defense could do with the teacher's testimony. You know, I mean, hey, what can you say? But that baby absolutely had gone through something more than just simply walking down the stairs, right? And well, oh, I just figured out something, you guys. I think I just figured out something. So I was about to say, where was the grandmother that night of the crime, the 28th? But I do believe the grandmother, the mother of Andrine, she was at the home health place. She was with the patient, Miss Wang, who had been sick. Because otherwise she would have been at the house. You know? She would have been at the house any other time if she wouldn't have been at work, because she lived there at the house. Okay, I figured that out real quick. Hold on. Okay, let me share this to you guys. Thank y'all for rolling with me on Trial Watch with Demetra, both on the Trial Watch with Demetra official channel, which relaunches in January 2025. And of course, here on Demetra Lit All Day, the LITLANE, home of the LITLANE Jury Box. I hope you guys are going to have y'all stuff packed up and ready to move over to Trial Watch with Demetra. Okay. Y'all need to go ahead and start packing and get everything ready and stuff so we can make that move in January. All right, let's see. This is actually official. Uh-oh, y'all don't see it. Okay, so at this point in time, in the real time of the court happenings, proceedings, this is day 2 of the official proceedings for them. Witness number 9.
Raise your right hand. Swear to tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Witness number 8.
And make sure you speak loudly now into the microphone.
Thank you, Lavender.
Thank you, Judge. Mr. Gordon, could you introduce yourself to the jury?
Brandon Gordon.
And Brandon, what do you currently do?
I work from basically, I guess, I'm more of a management coordinator for WellMed.
For WellMed?
Yes, sir.
Back in February of 2019, did you have a different job?
Yes, I did.
What did you do back in February 2019?
That was a patient access specialist. Mainly I was meet and greet, checking in patients, running insurances, transferring patients to different facilities, phone calls, all the whole nine.
And I guess before we get to your position, where did you work?
Before?
Correct, before.
I was at Methodist Hospital.
You were at Methodist Hospital back in February of 2019?
Oh no, I was at Baptist.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess let's start there. So let's just talk just about in February of 2019. Can you tell the jury where you worked?
As for February 2019?
Yes, sir.
Baptist Emergency Room.
And is that
Lord, have mercy, he did.
Yes, sir.
And can you just explain to them like what type of hospital is? Is it a giant hospital, minor emergency clinic? Like what type of hospital is that?
It's a micro hospital. We handle certain trauma levels up to level 2. Anything outside of that scope, we have to transfer out, such as anything dealing with, I guess, heart trauma, bone sticking out, that sort of thing. Anything that's out of our level of care, we have to transfer out to a bigger hospital.
And what did you say exactly you did? Can you explain to them kind of just in layman's terms, what did you do at that hospital?
I mainly just checked in patients, took their driver's license, asked what they're checking in for. After that, called the nurses and doctors in the back to let them know that someone's up here for XYZ reasons. And after that, the ball just starts rolling after that.
Are you kind of like the front desk person when you first walk into like the lobby of one of these hospitals?
Yes, I'm the first person to be seen, the first person to last be seen.
So back in February of 2019, do you remember an individual coming in somewhere around 1 o'clock that you noticed an interaction you had with them?
Yes.
And can you tell the jury how that started? Like what the first thing you saw was?
It was a slow day. I was snacking on my phone, all that stuff, and seeing a car just come rolling in real quick. Immediately, when it's typically a slow day at the hospital, and then you finally get a patient, you're like, oh, what's going on now? So he checked in and seemed kind of walking in pretty quick, asking for is so-and-so person here. And
this is the one he asked
the
about the McDonald's.
Yes. And that's when I proceeded to say, hey, they're in the back.
And let's slow down there.
Mm-hmm.
So this is on March 1st of 2019, correct?
I can't specify the date or anything.
Okay. Did you make okay. Does that sound about right, though? March 1st of 2019?
Yes, it does.
Now, you said that someone pulls up, it had been a slow day, and gets out of the vehicle and comes in. Can you describe what the person looked like?
It's African American, kind of short hair, kind of like a red sweater, I believe, just shorts, and that's all I kind of remember.
What did you pick up about his demeanor as he's entering the hospital?
In a rush. Seemed like he was, I guess, looking for something or needed to be checked in. You can't really tell when people are walking through the doors.
So he walked up to you and did he ask you anything?
He just asked, he was looking for his wife.
And did he say anything, did he say his wife's name? Did he say anything like that?
No. I just asked, what's the last name? And just so happened there's someone in the back with that same last name.
So just to break it down for the jury, he asked for his wife, and you asked what's the last name, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
And do you remember the last name he said?
It was McDonald.
And did you have someone in the hospital named McDonald?
Yes. Yes, sir.
And do you remember at least a little bit about that? How does that play into it?
As far as like when he asked for McDonald?
Correct.
He came in asking just looking for his wife, asked for the last name, McDonald. And I'm like, yeah, they're in the back, whatever room they were in. Open the door we have a button to press to open the door. And he kind of stared off at me, went to the door and just left after that.
So y'all did have someone that day named McDonald in the back?
Yes, sir.
And in your opinion, you thought that's who he was talking about?
Yes.
So you told him, yes, they're in the back, and you directed him towards where they would be?
Yes, sir.
And did he go towards that direction?
No, he just stared off. As soon as the door opened, he just stared off down that hallway, and then just told me something like I got to go cut off the oven at home, and just left.
So he told you something to the effect of you had to go do something at his house, and then he turned around and left the hospital.
Yes, sir.
How long have you been in that position doing that type of work?
Total about 11, 12 years.
Was that interaction strange in your experience?
Yes, it was.
Can you explain to the jury why?
Usually when people come in to the hospital looking for whoever they're coming in for, they're either frantic or shocked because they got the phone call, whatever happened. And usually when they ask for, hey, is my kid or wife or brother, sister back there? Sure, buzz them in. They go back there, check them out. That's usually the typical whole thing that when people come into the hospital for. Others, they tend to sit out in the lobby.
And so you're explaining, so you're saying the way that I guess that people normally interact when you give them information about someone in the hospital. Have you ever had anyone interact with you or act the way that he acted on that day?
No.
Was that strange behavior to you?
More or less, yes.
After you left the hospital, you said you walked back out the door and came in.
Yes, sir.
Did you see anything? Did you ever see that individual again?
No, I didn't.
Mr. Gordon, is your hospital equipped with cameras that record different areas of the hospital?
Yes, it does.
And when you worked there, did you have was part of your
Oh,
job?
we might see some footage.
It's not part of our job. We just have access to look at the cameras just to see if there's any parking lot issues going on and things we need to call the police for.
And do those cameras, do they record where if you wanted to, you could get the recordings on disc and later watch them back?
Yes.
Did we show you a recording from your hospital from that day that kind of showed the interactions that you just testified to the jury about?
Yes.
And was that made on the cameras for the Baptist Hospital system?
Yes, it was.
And did it truly and accurately reflect the things that you saw that day?
Yes, sir.
May I first turn?
Yes.
Mr. Gordon, I'm showing you what's been marked as State's Exhibit 23. Is that a disc that shows the video that we let you watch of the recording from that day?
Yes, sir.
Did you initial that video?
Yes.
And so does it truly and accurately reflect the video that was captured by the cameras on that particular day?
Yes, sir.
State would offer State's Exhibit number 23.
No objection. It's submitted.
Commissioner Thomas?
Pause the video.
It's very short, very short.
We'll turn it down and we'll turn it back up.
All right, this is our first video footage of the trial. We always like video footage.
Mr. Gordon, on State's Exhibit 23, is this one of the camera angles that you have in the hospital?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Gordon, you just saw an individual in a red sweater, an African American individual walk through the frame. Is that who you were speaking of?
Yes, sir.
Look at him looking guilty.
And now, 52 seconds, he's turned around and walked outside the building, correct?
Yes.
He looked
The
guilty
entire
by how he
interaction,
walking.
Extremely short.
Yes. Very, very short.
Because he knew he wasn't in there. I don't even understand why he pulled up in the hospital. Oh, let me calm down. Let me calm
It may be
down.
difficult to see
I'm
with this
sorry.
work, but can you see as the individual walks to his car as he put his hands up in the air? Can you see that?
Not quite. I mean, I seen arm motion right there when he was getting in the car. It could have just been him opening the car door.
Fair enough. And he backs up in that silver car, I think.
Yes, sir.
And he doesn't return again, right? That's the end of his part. He does as far as you're aware.
Correct.
Okay. And so this is another angle of that same day,
Oh,
correct?
good. We get to see him at the
If
desk.
you look on here, it does have a date stamp in the upper left corner. Do you see that?
Yes, I do.
And does it fair to say it says March 1st, 2019
Yes, sir.
and 1:21 approximately p.m.?
Yes, sir.
And who's the individual we see in Station 23 sitting at that desk?
That is myself.
That's your workstation?
Yes. Yes, sir.
And so that's when he leaves, correct?
Yes.
I saw you reaching under. Were you pressing a button?
To open the doors.
So your intent was this individual asked for his wife. Y'all had a patient with the same last name there at the hospital, and your intent was to let him back to go see his wife who was injured or ill, correct?
Yes, sir.
And did he do that?
No, he didn't go back there.
He told you he had to go do something at his house to the left?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Gordon, was there anything you took from the interaction with the individual who came into the hospital on that particular
His
day?
hair look better cut.
As far as
What did you take it as?
take it as someone was looking for their significant other.
Did the person's actions after you told them their significant other was there, were that consistent with someone looking for their significant other?
No, it wasn't.
Do you see the individual who walked into your hospital today in the courtroom?
Yes.
Did you identify him by an article of clothing and point at him here in the courtroom?
It's a guy in a gray suit.
And what color is the shirt inside that suit?
Black.
Your Honor, the record may reflect that he's identified as the defendant, Andre McDonald. Later on, you were contacted by law enforcement later that day, correct?
Yes, sir.
And prior to being contacted by law enforcement, this whole interaction was just kind of a weird thing that happened, right?
Yes, sir.
You had no idea it had anything to do with anything else, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
When you were contacted by law enforcement, did they show you the individual who was the wife of the person who walked in?
Yes. Yes, they did.
Was that the same person who was back in the hospital, the McDonald that you referred to?
No, it wasn't.
It was a different one.
It was just a coincidence. Yes.
So it was just a coincidence that y'all had a woman named McDonald who was at the hospital.
Yes. With a wife and kid Just so happened they were both African American as well. So McDonald's is not a very common name. So that's why I proceeded to open the door.
State or pass the witness, Your Honor.
Your defense?
No questions for this witness.
Okay, thank you. Excuse me. State next witness.
Your Honor, the state calls Gilberto Gonzalez.
But look here, this is a sidebar being this. Even though that young man had a really big head, I ain't gonna lie, that's really kind of like of my type though. That tall and slim like that, even though my honey is short and everything. But he's slim like that. But anywho, I'm getting distracted. Yes, Andre takes a stand, but he takes a stand on day 6. So we probably won't be getting to Andre's testimony until it's gonna be a minute. But he does take the stand, absolutely. And I heard it was quite the performance. I haven't seen it. I haven't looked at it at all. I've been refraining myself because I have not seen this trial. So I'm watching with you guys.
What is your geographic, sir, with the Dare County Sheriff?
Okay, so we're finna get into some evidence. Hold on.
Do the jury and then spell your first and last name for the court, please.
Yes, Deputy Filiberto Gonzalez. Spell my name, you said?
First and last, please.
It's Filiberto Gonzalez. Gonzalez.
That head was bobbing and weaving on his own accord.
You're Deputy Gonzalez.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell the jury, how long have you been a deputy with the Dare County Sheriff's Office?
23 years now.
23 years today.
Yes, ma'am.
And so what is your current role with the Dare County Sheriff's Office?
I'm assigned to North Patrol.
And explain to the jury kind of what are your duties as a patrol officer with the Dare County Sheriff's Office?
Mainly we get dispatched like for car crashes and 911s and family disturbances, things like that. When people call 911.
Okay. So people call in 911, I'm guessing.
Yes, ma'am.
And then how do you get information from 911 in order to know where to go and what to do?
So the person would call 911 and say, hey, I'd like to report that a crime occurred or I witnessed a crash. Give the information to the call taker. Then the call taker would create a computer key card with the limited information that we have. And then the dispatcher would dispatch us, hey, respond to such an address for a crash that was reported at the scene.
Okay. So a crash is an example.
Yes, ma'am.
But it could be a wide variety of calls that you might get.
Absolutely, yes,
But
ma'am.
I'm about to say, who had a crash?
And I know you said you're on North Patrol for Dare County. What is your geographic sort of jurisdiction that you patrol and work in?
So it's the Northeast. The sector that I'm assigned is going to be like from Blanco all the way to Green Mountain Road area. So it'd be 281, Blanco, Overlook Parkway, that area. Bulverde, Smithson Valley.
And so is that kind of, you cover that North Dare County area where we would butt up against like Comel County, that kind of?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
But outside the limits of San Antonio?
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
And so you said you've been a deputy for 23 years.
Yes.
That means you were working in that same capacity that you just described back in March of 2019.
Yes, ma'am.
And did you have an opportunity to be dispatched to 1042 Solitude Cove?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
And do you remember how the call came to you from dispatch?
If I remember correctly, I was dispatched for a welfare check.
A welfare check?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that a fairly common call that you get?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah. We'll get like a welfare check. Front door was left open. Nobody's answering the door. Things like that.
So basically, somebody in the community sees something that causes them concern.
Yes, ma'am.
And then asks for a check.
Correct.
So welfare check could include a lot of different types of things.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you remember kind of specifically what type of welfare check this particular call was on March 1st of 2019?
Yes, ma'am. If I remember correctly, I remember that they had not heard from Miss Andrea McDonald, and they were concerned for her safety.
Okay. So like a missing person?
Yes, ma'am. Well, they would evolve into that, yeah.
Okay, so you already said the name Andrea McDonald. Then you said they. Who is the they you're referring to?
The reporting persons,
Correct.
if I remember correctly, it was like 3 female friends and the mother.
Do you remember their names?
Carol Gunbar, I think, and Elizabeth, Katsu Elizabeth. And the mom was Hyacinth Smith, and there was like a Judy.
So 4 ladies in total. Some of them were friends of Andrea McDonald, and one of them was Andrea's mother.
Yes, ma'am.
And okay, so I guess you arrived to Solitude Cove. What's sort of the first thing that you do when you get to the location?
So I arrived, and of course I knocked on the door, and they opened the door. The ladies let me in, and they were all talking at the same time, like trying to give me information. And
Let me pause you right there. So you said they're talking all at the same time. Kind of what's their demeanor? What's their tone?
they were frantic and like scared, I would say. And they were, like I said, they were all talking at the same time.
And so were you able to kind of elicit from them any information at that point in time?
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
First of all, it doesn't call for hearsay, it's just a yes or no question. Second of all, I think he's established some decided utterance.
The answer is yes or no, not what they said, good.
So were you able to elicit information from the ladies there at Solitude Cove?
Yes, ma'am.
And so as you're collecting information from them, kind of what's going on for you and your role as a deputy? What are you kind of looking for and doing?
So they were telling me, I guess what they were telling me, right? And I'm trying to decipher what, the next steps to take.
And were they able to give you details about what they wanted you to do and information that they had?
Yes.
I like the fact that he prepared. A lot of times the cops get up there and act like they can't remember nothing. I'll be like, why they don't look over there and report? They know they're going to take the stand.
All right, Deputy, I'm showing you what's been previously marked as State's Exhibit 24. Do you recognize what is depicted in State's Exhibit 24?
Yes, ma'am.
And how do you recognize it?
I recognize the residence and the address.
Okay. And so does State's Exhibit 24 truly and accurately represent the addresses you saw at that day?
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, the state moves to introduce State's Exhibit 24.
Objection.
It's admitted.
Question published.
Very nice house. And they had everything taped off.
Can't zoom out. Okay, so in State's Exhibit 24, did you walk up to the front door, I guess, that we're seeing here in the middle of the photograph?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you knock or did you ring the doorbell?
Knocked and rang the doorbell.
And is this where you had that first initial encounter with the 4 women at the residence?
At the doorway, yes, ma'am.
And so then you said that they let you in the house and they're giving you information. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
And did they take you to any other areas of the home?
Dang, I want to see all up in the house.
Yes, ma'am. We walked the backyard where they showed me where they observed a burnt pile of women's clothing.
Can I have a question?
Yes, ma'am.
I wonder why he didn't burn the clothes at the in the woods where he hid the body. That was so dumb.
Deputy Gonzalez, I'm showing you what's been previously marked as State's Exhibit
Very,
35.
very dumb. Why
Is
didn't he
this the
burn
burn
the
pile that you're
burn the
referencing?
body
Yes, ma'am.
with the clothes on?
And
What
does
was the
this truly
significance of taking
accurately
the clothes off?
represent the
Let me
burn pile as you saw it that day?
Yes, ma'am.
And fair to say this is a close-up, correct?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
And did they take you to any other areas of the home?
Yes, ma'am. We walked. He came in through the back. After we saw the burnt pile of clothes, came in through the back and went into the master bedroom and then into the master restroom where the shower's at.
And did they show you anything in the bathroom that caused you any concern?
Yes, ma'am. I had noticed that on the floor, it had been wiped clean, and the floor was white, and it was a little bit whiter than the rest of the floor. And I also noticed they pointed out the blood and hair smeared on the light switch.
I have a question, Your Honor.
Yes.
Showing you State's Exhibit 26, State's Exhibit 30, and State's Exhibit 34. Is this the bathroom and the blood that you were talking about?
Yes, ma'am.
And does State's Exhibit 26, 30, and 34 truly and accurately represent the bathroom as you saw it that day?
Yes, ma'am. We saw the burnt pile of clothes, came in through the back and went into the master bedroom and then into the master restroom where the shower's at.
That caused you any concern?
Yes, ma'am. I had noticed that on the floor, it had been wiped clean, and the floor was white, and it was a little bit whiter than the rest of the floor. And I also noticed they pointed out the blood and hair smeared on the light switch.
I have a question, Your Honor.
Yes.
Showing you State's Exhibit 26, State's Exhibit 30, and State's Exhibit 34. Is this the bathroom and the blood that you were talking about?
Yes, ma'am.
And does State's Exhibit 26, 30, and 34 truly and accurately represent the bathroom as you saw it that day?
Yes, ma'am.
So our state moves to admit 26, 30, 34, and 35.
No new objections.
Very good. You can publish if you want.
Thank you, Your Honor. So Deputy Gonzalez, I'm showing you State's Exhibit 26. And does this depict the bathroom that you referenced that you went in that day?
Yes, ma'am.
And then State's Exhibit 30, I guess this is just a little bit different angle of as you went into the bathroom.
Yes, ma'am.
And you told the jury about seeing an area that appeared as it had been cleaned up. Can we see that general area in State's Exhibit 30?
You don't move up, big
The
head.
floor. And the floor,
So I'm looking at the photo, I'm looking where some boots are in that general area.
Yes, ma'am.
And then State's Exhibit 34.
Damn, that was a lot of blood.
Is this the blood on the light switch that you said caused you some concern?
Yes, ma'am.
And then State's Exhibit 35. This is the burn pile that you were referencing.
Yes, ma'am.
That was so stupid.
Did you notice anything in the burn pile that you could see?
If I remember correctly, I remember seeing like a button and looked like a woman's blouse button type.
And in the middle of State's Exhibit 35, it looks like we're seeing something that looks like a zipper. Did you see that?
Yes, ma'am, correct.
And so during this time, while the women are taking you around the home and showing you these things, was the defendant, Andre McDonald, was he at the location?
No, ma'am.
Did he arrive at the location at some point in time then?
Yes, ma'am, he did.
About how long after you arrived did Andre McDonald arrive at the home?
I would say maybe about 25 minutes after.
So enough time for you to kind of take in some of the information that you've already testified to.
Yes, ma'am.
I wonder what that before or after the hospital
So
was.
when you encountered Mr. McDonald, where was he at Solitude Cove? Was he inside or outside the house?
He was outside. We were out, me and him. I went outside to talk to him.
So you left the residence and went out into the front yard?
Yes, ma'am.
And was he in a vehicle?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you remember the vehicle that he was in?
I believe it was like a brown.
And then when you got to the residence, did you have an opportunity, did you tell him why you were there?
Yes, ma'am.
And so did he have any information for you about where Andre McDonald might have been?
Yes, ma'am. He said that he had gone to the hospital on Overlook and 281 to look for his wife, and that he was told that she was there.
And so did you talk to him about what happened between him and Andre McDonald with regard to things the night before?
Yes. So I had told him that if he knew those ladies, and he said yes. And I go, they're your wife's friends, and they haven't heard from her, and they're concerned. They want to, haven't spoken to her. And that's when he said he went to go look for her at the hospital.
Okay. And so then did you ask him about the last time he saw Andre McDonald?
Yes, ma'am.
And what did he tell you about the last time he saw her?
He said that they had gotten into an argument the night before, and I had asked him what the argument was about, and he said that they got into an argument. Apparently she had opened up a business without consulting him or talking to him about it.
Okay, so they got in an argument. Did he say that anything happened while they were in this argument?
He said that she pushed him and that he left the location.
So she said that he pushed him, and what did he do after she pushed him?
He said that he left the location.
And did he give you any indication about where he went?
No, ma'am.
Did he tell you how long he was gone?
No, ma'am. He didn't say, but I know he came back later in the night.
Okay. He told you he came back later that night?
Yes, ma'am.
And then did he tell you when he came back to the home, if he saw Andre McDonald?
No, he said if I remember correctly, he slept downstairs.
And did he tell you where he thought she was?
If I remember correctly, he stated that he believed she was upstairs with her daughter.
And then did he talk about the next morning when, I guess that morning, March the 1st of 2019, if he had seen Andre McDonald that morning?
No, he said he got his daughter ready for school and that he left to work on base.
So then with that interaction that you had with the defendant, he's telling you that the last time he saw his wife was the night previously.
Yes,
Am I
ma'am.
understanding that right?
Yes.
Okay, and so then you talked about how he told you went to check on her at the hospital. Did he tell you if he was able to get information about what was wrong with her or if he saw her?
No, he said that. So he goes, yeah, he was told she was at the hospital, and I followed up. I said, who told you that? And then he said, the guy at the front desk or the person at the front desk. And I asked him, I go, well, what's wrong with her? He said he didn't know. And I go, well, did you see her? And he's like, no. And then I remember I responded to him. I go, well, if my wife was at the hospital, I would want to see her and know what's wrong with her. He said he came back to tell her friends where she was at, because they were the ones like.
Just the lying.
So I guess, what did you think? What were you thinking about his explanation for what he did at the hospital?
He knew good well that woman wasn't in no hospital. So what did he think was going to happen? By telling them people and the police that she was he trying to buy some time? Is that when I need to know. I need to know exactly when he went back to the body. That's what I need to know. I need to square that away and put that in my notes. Yeah, Air Force Major Andre McDonald. I'm trying to find a picture of him in uniform. I bet he look good in his uniform. But he probably look better in orange. Let me see. I can't find a picture of him in his uniform. Yeah, the Air Force probably took all it down. What was he thinking? And she had became a self-made millionaire with her businesses. They became millionaires by the
my question specifically is kind of when he's giving you the explanation about what he did or didn't do at the hospital, what did you think about that?
I found it suspicious.
And I think you said he drove up in a silver car. Did you have an opportunity to kind of look at that car?
Yes, ma'am.
And was there anything on the vehicle that also caused you some concern or issues?
Yeah, so I walked around the car and I remember looking at the tires and that and the back bumper, like the trunk area. And what caught my attention off the tires was they live in a gated community, and there was like a white, when you drive your vehicle off-road, you get the white dirt and stuff like that on the trim of the tires. I saw that, and then I walked around the back, and I also saw that there was like, when you back up like into some trees or bushes and the branches break, and they transfer, it transfers over to the vehicle. I saw a little bit of that. I saw some of that on the trunk of the car. So I'm thinking, okay, this vehicle probably went off road somewhere to get the dirt on the tires, and the same thing with the stuff on the trunk of the car led me to believe that the car went off-road and backed up into maybe some.
And Debbie, to be fair, it's not just one thing that you're looking at in isolation. Are you kind of doing sort of all of the circumstances?
Yes, ma'am.
Looking at all of it together.
Yes, correct.
May I have a chance?
So Deputy Gonzalez, I'm showing you what's been marked as State's Exhibit 36. Do you recognize that?
Yes, ma'am.
And how do you recognize it?
That's Mr. Andre McDonald.
And is that as you saw him that day on March the 1st of 2019?
Yes, ma'am.
And does State's Exhibit 36?
One good
truly
thing he got
accurately
going in his
represent
favor, it
Mr.
definitely
McDonald
wasn't
as you saw him that day?
premeditated.
Yes, ma'am.
And somebody asked me a question earlier,
And
but the
then you were
computer went out.
speaking
I'm gonna answer
about the
it.
car. I'm going to show you State's Exhibit 37,
I'm gonna scroll back up and find the
State's
questions and try to
Exhibit
get the answer.
38, State's Exhibit 39, 40, 41, and 42. Do these exhibits truly and accurately represent the car as you saw it that day, the things that you described?
Yes, ma'am. They do.
Your Honor, State moves to admit State's Exhibit 38 through 42. Sorry, State's Exhibit 37 through 42 and State's Exhibit 36.
No new objections.
Good, good.
Question.
Yes.
So State's Exhibit 38, Deputy Gonzalez, does this sort of depict a close-up view of the area of the bumper you were describing for the jury?
Yes, ma'am. That's what what I observed. And that you can see some of the brown, like from the twigs when they break off. It
So
appeared.
I'm kind of pointing to the center.
Yes,
of the
ma'am, that's
photograph, right above the line. Is that the area you're talking about?
Yes, ma'am. That's correct. Those brown spots from it's like from a twig or a branch as you back up into some trees, I guess.
And State's Exhibit 37, is this just a zoomed out version of that same area of the?
Yes, ma'am. That's it.
And then State's Exhibit 42, is this the white sort of off-road substance that you observed?
Yes, ma'am. I think you can see it from the side view a little bit better in the other pictures.
So State's Exhibit 40?
Yes, ma'am.
Just a,
Yeah. And it's like that on the tires all the way around.
so I'm kind of pointing up to this
Yes, ma'am.
shred on the outside of the tire. that-
Correct.
And then State's Exhibit 41, just a different tire with that same white substance on it.
Correct.
And then State's Exhibit 36, this was the defendant Andre McDonald as you found him on March 1st of 2019.
Yes, ma'am.
So, Deputy Gonzalez, after getting details from the women at the home, seeing some of the things you've already described, the blood, the burn pile, the things on the vehicle, and hearing Mr. McDonald's explanation about where his wife was the last time he saw her, did you make a decision about what to do next?
Yes, ma'am.
What was that?
I decided to contact the supervisor to get our authorization to contact CID and get an investigative location for further investigation.
And so then at that point in time, kind of what is your role? Are you transferring responsibilities and duties to the investigators?
Yes, ma'am. So
I
the
see his
investigator,
great
I believe
conversation,
it was Johnson, arrived at the location,
pieces. I'm
walked
starting
him
so
through
we go
everything
back
that I
to it.
observed and what was stated, and then that's when the call was made to get other people involved, evidence, so on and so forth.
So any further processing of the scene or collecting evidence, would that have been your responsibility?
No, ma'am.
You know, I guess you said you've been, with the Marion County Sheriff's Office for 23 years. You've done lots of welfare checks.
Yes, ma'am.
Have you done lots of welfare checks in regard to missing persons?
Yes, ma'am.
And then in those times, and in your experience, do you always make the call to reach out to investigators to further collect evidence and see what's going on?
Only when there's concern that, something needs to be investigated further. Sometimes you have missing persons that they're known to, to leave, they get into, and they come back, or people with mental health issues. We try to find them in the area, but this was, it concerned me a lot with everything that I saw and what was told to me, that I wanted to ensure that it got investigated properly.
And I guess you did that, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning, Deputy.
Good morning, sir.
Very good job. He's the MVP for today.
When you arrived at Saltine Cove, you were led into the master bathroom, correct?
Well, into the hallway front of the house.
Okay, and then shortly thereafter, based on your discussions with the ladies inside, you went into the master bathroom, correct?
Yes, sir.
And you observed, I believe you said, a blood smear on the light switch
Yes, sir.
and a strand of hair
Yes, sir.
and an area of the floor that looked like it had been recently cleaned.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You were around the rest of the house, correct?
Actually, just there, yeah, and then not the living room area, but the walk as you walk in, and then went to the master bedroom area right there, and out the back to where the burn pile was at, and that was it. I didn't go upstairs. I didn't.
Okay. You were shown some items in a Louis Vuitton purse as well. Is that accurate? Do you recall?
I remember them looking at a purse. I don't remember exactly, to be honest with you, sir.
Okay. You don't believe the purse wasn't significant to you in your role that day, right?
Well, I was concerned about the other things that I observed.
Okay. And just to be clear, we're talking about the smear of blood on the light switch,
Yes, sir.
the strand of hair, and the burnt circle that you see in the backyard, right?
Yes, sir.
You didn't see any blood in the bedroom itself, correct?
No, I just saw that in the restroom, and that stayed on my mind and got out of there.
You didn't see any other signs of violent struggle or bloodshed in any other portion of the house, correct?
No, sir.
May I approach the
Yes.
I want to ask you a few questions about some of the exhibits that the state has published.
We're going to end after this witness. Y'all did good tonight holding it together past the 2-hour mark. It got a little loose, but we pulled it back together.
All right. Now, Deputy, you said you handled many missing persons cases, correct?
Yes, sir.
And some of those missing persons cases have ended up where the person is deceased, right?
Yes, sir.
And some of those cases ended up where there was a homicide, right?
Yes, sir.
And so you've obviously seen crime scenes of all variety before, right?
Yes, sir.
I want to show you again States 34. So, I mean, you've seen crime scenes where there was significant bloodshed, right?
Yes, sir.
From gunshot wounds, right?
Stabbings.
Stabbings, things of that nature.
Yes, sir.
From fistfights you've seen
Yes,
significant blood. Now, you'd agree with me, I trust that in terms of your training and experience all your years, this is a relatively small amount of blood.
Yes, sir.
This could be
That's a lot of blood for giving the occasion.
Right?
Yes, sir.
It could also be consistent with cutting yourself shaving.
If you have long hair, and
You just don't know.
no, sir.
This doesn't tell you how Andrea McDonald died, right?
No, sir.
It doesn't tell you when she died, right?
I mean, it was still fresh. I mean,
I'm going to object to that statement. Let me ask you a question. Do you have any training on aging blood,
No, sir.
anything like that?
no, sir.
You would just be basing that off of a general opinion about blood, the same as anybody else in this room.
Yes, sir.
But you don't know any of the science about the rate at which blood oxidizes or anything like
No,
that.
sir.
Correct? Okay. So, I mean, in the precise use of the phrase, you can't say when Andreen died based on looking at this light switch, right?
Correct, sir.
You don't know from looking at this light switch whether Andreen started a fight or whether Andre started a fight, correct?
No, sir.
You don't even know if a fight happened.
Correct.
Okay. Now, looking at States 39 for a moment, you noted that the chalk on the tires are significant, right?
Yes, sir.
But you don't know where Mr. McDonald was driving, correct?
No, sir. No.
Or any of the circumstances around it, right?
Correct.
There are lots of roads under construction in the greater Bear County area, correct?
Like on the outskirts? Yes, sir.
And many of those, because of the condition of the construction, have caliche or something to substitute for asphalt, right?
But not in that general area where we were located at.
I'm just saying, within Bear County, there are lots of roads that have that kind of,
Yes, sir.
that would deposit that same kind of.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then lastly, on States 38, you said that it looked to you like maybe there was some twig transfer, right?
Yes, sir. That's correct.
But you don't know when that was deposited, right?
It looked fresh to me, sir.
Well, okay. When you say it looks fresh to you, I mean, what are you basing that off of?
What I'm basing that off of, sir, is that the transfer from the broken twigs or branches, it was fresh. It wasn't dried like it would normally dry after a couple of days.
And you undertaken a lot of study of this subject? I mean, are you?
I backed my car up and done that, so that's how I knew. And I looked at it.
Because you backed your own car into the twigs?
Yes, sir.
Right? Okay, fair enough. That's what you're basing this on.
Yes, sir.
I mean, generally speaking, you can't say whether, and let's just cut to it. You don't know if this was done as a result of something involving Andrea McDonald or not, right?
Correct, sir.
You just are noticing it because it stands out to you.
Yes, sir. Correct.
It doesn't tell you anything more than you might have backed into a bush.
Correct.
Okay. So after you see these things, and after you speak with Mr. McDonald, you call in CID, correct?
Yes, sir.
To better document the scene.
Yes, sir.
And to be clear, Andre McDonald, to your knowledge, was not arrested that evening, was he?
No, sir.
Even after CID came out and conducted the search, correct?
Yes, sir. Correct.
That's what it was.
State.
And Deputy Gonzalez, Mr. Hunter asked whether he was arrested that evening. You said no. Did you stay on the scene the entire evening?
Yes, ma'am. I was there, I believe, till like midnight.
And then do you know who was at the residence when the officers left besides Mr. McDonald?
After,
Objection, calls for speculation. He wasn't there.
It's the same.
If he knows, Your Honor, I think he said that he was there till midnight.
The question was after he left or?
As
Rephrase the question.
Okay, I'll do that. So I guess my question is did you stay on scene until y'all finished processing the scene?
No, ma'am. I left the location at, I want to say like midnight.
And when you left, where was Mr. McDonald?
Objection, Your Honor, may we approach?
Child, I done got pretty much tired of hearing him, but we're going to be disciplined and finish listening to his testimony because we don't know what he might be saying. Let me see how much noise he got. 'Cause I want to talk to y'all about a couple of things for the weekend. Let me see. Look how nosy he is. Is he supposed to be out in that conversation? Damn. At least the teacher. I know, right, Miss Steph 219? Right. And some of that content, like the death row stories and other stuff like that, I already got a lot of them. But look, now see how he was all up in it? Oh, that could be nice, Renee. Look at you. But you know we're going to bring home the trophy. You know that.
You left the location.
Yes, ma'am.
And those ladies that you mentioned previously, you said like Judy and Carol and Judy, were they at the location when you left?
We're going to do good every time.
I remember them being there. I don't know where they went after, everybody got there. I stayed with Mr. McDonald. I know that they were there. I just don't know where they were at.
Perfect. And so about how long were you at Solitude Cove in total?
What's
How
that?
long were you at Solitude Cove? How long did you stay on the scene? On the scene, how long did you stay on the scene?
Since I arrived, I'd stayed at the location.
And, kind of going back to the line of questioning from defense counsel about, there could be other possibilities to explain the things that you saw that day, right?
Yes, ma'am.
But again, based on what you saw, you made the call to bring in the investigators.
Yes, ma'am. From everything that I saw, the totality of the statements from the friends and the mother, from what I observed, from what Mr. McDonald told me, it caused me concern as well, and that's why I called CID.
You knew that something had happened,
Yes, sir.
but you didn't know what.
Correct.
That's the witness.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Baby, when you talk about short, to the point, and sweet, that cross-examination, he could have just said no questions, right? He say, so you knew that something that happened, correct? But you just didn't know what happened, correct? No further questions. Boom, right? So that concludes part 3 of State of Texas versus Andre McDonald. We started off with a very very emotional charged testimony from the mom, Miss Maureen Smith. And that's what we found out. The one thing that really hit home for me that we found out from her testimony is that the defendant, Andre McDonald, actually had the unmitigated gall to call her and the sister on the phone that Friday before the trial started. That was absolutely a trip. A trip. Okay, Lady Steph, that's right. So that was a trip. And then we heard from the teacher who came in and said about how the baby came to school the next day, kind of a little bit disheveled, not prepared, and absolutely tired from the night before, the night of the crime. We found out that the defendant did a horrible job by going to the hospital, asking for just the last name, and not even attempting to play it off as though he even thought it might really be his wife. He didn't even go back to see. And now we hear testimony from one of the first responding officers who was pretty astute to be a patrol officer and not actually a detective. He went ahead and went a little bit above and beyond, not above and beyond, but he was just on his job. You know, he knew when he got to this scene that, hey, there's something not sitting right. Let me call in the detectives. So now we are definitely getting into, as you can tell, the investigative part of the testimony. So when we come back Monday with this content, Monday night, it's going to be, you know, we're going to be doing the cops. We're going to be doing the evidence. We're going to be doing the CSI. That's the phase that we're going to get into next week. Okay, so be prepared, you guys. As I was, no. Y'all really made some good, had some good things I was saying that I started that's worth going back and absolutely talking about. So Tweety said, I'm saying that, oh, wait a minute. So Tweety said, this is after she found out that Andre McDonald was actually a career military officer, a major no less in the Air Force. That's when Tweety was saying, well, now that I know that, you know, now I don't think it was an accident. And then she said, and I'm saying that solely because I found out he was in the military. I don't know why that makes a difference, but it does. Miss Steph 219 said domestic violence isn't an accident. He shouldn't have put his hands on her, period. And that led to her death. Absolutely. Tweety said, no, Lady Steph said, Tweety, I'm curious. Why do you think it makes a difference? That is a good question. I think that perhaps it was an accident and he didn't intend to murder her, but all the covering up after that makes me unsure. Interesting. I do think he panicked, though. That's why he made all the dumb mistakes. Oh, this was what you said first. Him being in Air Force make me change my opinion on what was going on. Might have been an accident. And Renee chimed in and said, I think because they fought all the time, and this time he unalived her and panicked like hell because he cannot be this stupid. Okay? Now, you know, that's some great opinions and perspectives. I agree with all that. Everybody made a good point in those different statements, right? I feel he did a great job. We won first place. Yes. Now, see, I can't stay focused. We absolutely won first place. I only said the part about second place because I was practicing humility. Okay. I was practicing not being so cocky. Okay. But you know we going for first place. Okay. But second place good. And third, I'm gonna be a good sport and everything. Okay. Anything under third, I'm tearing the whole goddamn place up. I'm tearing up the whole place. I already told Leo that I'm tearing up some shit if I come under third. But back focus. I absolutely don't think this was premeditated. Right? Thank you, Livin. Thank you. I don't want to say too much about my idea in case one of my competitors change up and switch up, right? But I absolutely think the theme and style of my trade is going to be unique. And I'm pretty certain it's going to be, I just really think that my career board is going to be absolutely different from everybody else's. And so in that case, that's all I'm going to say. I just think that my theme and stuff is going to be uniquely different. And I'm just excited to see what the competition brings. Brooke is in the competition, girl. I wonder if she read the instructions. The instructions say you got to have everything on one board. Shh. Don't tell her, though. Don't tell her. But I do not believe this was premeditated. I absolutely think it was like in the heat of the moment. But because they because they had a history and a pattern of domestic violence, I feel like domestic violence, unfortunately, it don't how you say, domestic violence don't tend to de-escalate, right? It tends to escalate. It tends to ratchet up, right? It might be a push, then come a shove, then come the hits, then come the slaps, and then come the busted lip, then come the busted ribs. It seems to go up, not down. So, unfortunately, it's one of the situations where it escalated, because it was a pattern. We haven't heard anything about any previous police reports on domestic violence at all. Baby, if you don't please go ahead and strike up a line because somebody's going to get cussed. Oh, you already know. Yeah, I'm going to strike up a line. If I don't place, I'm gonna let them know before I leave. I'm about to go cuss all you hoes out. That's what I'm gonna say. But I'm not gonna practice not placing. We think winning, we win. We have winning thoughts to bolster our winning attitude and disposition. You know what I'm saying? You think like a winner, you perform like a winner. Okay. Carol knew about their DV. The mother knew about their DV. I'm wondering if but the other guy that she was having an affair with, he was in Jamaica, because remember they mentioned something about him getting a green card. Remember Carol said something about that. I was going to say, I wonder if he gonna testify, but probably not if he's not in the country, right? So I mean, we're gonna stay invested in this trial. We're gonna come back and look. Tomorrow we're gonna do the sentencing phase for the chick who I told you about. I mentioned her a week or so ago. LITLANE is for winners. Period. So y'all around between 2 and 3, that way I can have something to do, get some of the nervousness out for the challenge. And yeah, for over on Trial Watch for Demetra, is going to be just basically my true crime headquarters. I'm very interested, and I cannot wait to tell y'all some of the stories I know, that I've already researched with different various death row inmates. And that's one part of the content I really, 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 really look forward to giving you guys. Just short and sweet. There might be uploads, but I think that's going to be so interesting. One of the very first ones is about this Texas death row inmate. He been on Texas death row for a long time, and girl, he cut out one eye while he was in jail, right? And then when he got sentenced and in prison after he had been on death row for years, then he gouged out his other eye. Okay. So he's sitting on Texas death row with both his eyes missing out of his head because he didn't cut them out. Just one of the interesting stories I'm going to tell y'all about, okay? All right, you guys. And on that winning note, not the 2 eyes gone, not the 2 eyes missing part. I shouldn't end it on that note. Okay, let me not end it on that note. Let's back that up, back it up. LITLANE JURYBOX, we've had an excellent time tonight. We've had some great commentary, some great participation, and good night, Lady T. If we can't refrain from doing Children Tweety, but what I can promise, and I promise folks, is to spread that apart. I won't ever do no back-to-back children cases, okay? And I'm going to try to find some other cases besides the urge to stick in the middle like some short ones, okay? All right, you guys, have a great night. I shall see y'all tomorrow. I actually have an outro. Oh, no.
Thanks for watching. Do not forget click the subscribe button and hit the bell icon. Like, comment and share. See you next time. Thanks for watching. Do not forget click the subscribe button and hit the bell icon. Like, comment and share. See you next time.